Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's Main Event. Dropkick now.
Hey, what is up, kids? Welcome back to the program. I just watched the taskbar just tick by, so as I know when to do my intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tom Clark's Main Event. I got to get my titles right because I'm on video with my shows, and I don't want to announce the wrong show. But also, that would be a nice shameless plug, wouldn't it? Huh? What? But I won't do it. This is the Main Event. If you came here for pro wrestling, boy, you're in the right place because today we're going to talk about some pro wrestling. If you never met me before, I'm Tom. What's up? This here is the Main Event. Been going strong since 2014. That's right. Whole bunch of years. Episode 381. We're on the march. 19 episodes away from 400 and 119 episodes away from 500. Who would have thunk it? Lo, these many years ago, when I started, it was just one man, a microphone. One MC and a microphone. That was me, brother. That's all I had. Ain't no Beastie Boys here. It's just me. The Beastie Boy, maybe. That was me. It was just me. And then over the years, you meet people. You like people. You tends to record with people. And I have guests on those same aforementioned people. And next thing you know, bam, we got ourselves a little community here. It's an awesome community. I'm happy to be a small part of it. It's very, very cool to have. And look, here's what I'm telling you. In this day and age, it's good to have friends. And it's good to have people that you can kind of hang and chill with, even if it's just online, right? But you know what? Got to stick together, man. I am trying desperately hard not to rant right now, and I'm going to do all I can. You guys know how I lean and where I lean and why I lean there. So we're just going to leave it at that. We got lots to talk about here today. We got a guest on board. If you saw the ads, the commercial video, what am I calling it? Promotion. There we go. If you saw the promotion today, then you know that we have a guest on deck. But before we bring that young man on, let's do this. Let's get that on there. Let's get the ticker ticking. Bam, there we go. As you can see below, all sorts of places you can find this here little podcast. And I'm telling you, man, if you're catching us just on video and you're not subscribing to the audio portion on all these fine platforms, then, buddy, you're missing out. And by the same token, if you are listening on one of these fine platforms and you're not watching the video part of this show, again, boy, you're missing out. I submit that you are, because we have loads of fun here. And there's nothing better than just a kooky dude with a beard going nuts on camera. Is there? All right, fine. There's plenty better than that. But not this. I'm this kooky dude with this name that looks like this. I might take a drink of water. I'm parched now. How's everybody doing out there? Good to see everybody here today. I'm going to start taking comments shortly. If you're watching, before I talk to any of you, do me a favor. Ready? Smash the like button for me. If you haven't done it yet, shame on you, because you know I'm going to ask. And it's only fair. I thought you guys were my friends. I thought we're family. What's going on? Make it happen for me, kids. Again, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's bring my guest on before he decides to go and start his weekend early because he's had enough of my nonsense. Everybody, you know him from Peaches and Powerbombs Tailgate Party. The one and only Mr. Ray Dean. Ray all day. What's up, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, what's up, my friend? How are you? Good to see you.
Would you believe none of that stuff's ever rehearsed? Isn't that something?
Just right off the cuff.
Oh, man. When you do this long enough, you should be figuring it out, right? It's not that I'm any kind of genius, but if you do something long enough, you ought to get better at it, don't you think?
You're the king, my friend. My captain.
Oh, well, you know what?
Dancers are incredible.
Well, there you go. We aims to please.
Yeah.
Ray, thanks for coming on, man. As always, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, man. We got some comments to get to here from the gallery. What's up, Sandy in Germany? Good to see you, my friend. Very good to see you. Fernando, everybody, do me a favor. Follow Fernando's lead and follow Boink Studios on YouTube. Fernando watches my videos and comments on the YouTube because Fernando is awesome. And all of you people should be more like Fernando. Hear that, Fernando? I'm sticking up for you. Eric Jackson in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Tim, where in the world have you been, son? Where have you been? It's good to see you back. Tina Gonzalez is here. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about this CM Punk stuff here, Sandy, and just a scoosh. Davey Squires, what's up, my friend? Hey, good to see you, dude. Glad you are hanging out with us. JP is here. Good to see you, my friend. Look here at Tim giving you props, right?
Look at that, Tim. My buddy, Tim.
Man, look at that. Maria's watching on the YouTube. Everybody be more like Maria watching on the YouTube. I'm just saying. Absolutely, Fernando. So, Ray, again, thanks for coming on. We got lots to talk about here today. We all know that Night of Champions is tomorrow in Saudi Arabia. And Mr. Punk has had to roll back his previous comments of, hey, Miz, just, and look, we don't have to spend all day on this. We'll go through the card here, but what's your thoughts on this, man? What's your thoughts on Punk rolling back his comments from years ago? What's your take about this?
No, he's kind of backtracking a little bit. What is he supposed to do? Like he's caught in a rock and a hard place. I feel bad for him to some extent, but you put your mouth in it, you put your foot in your mouth. Now, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? He's in a weird situation.
He's been known to insert his foot into his mouth, as we all have been.
Exactly. Doesn't taste good.
Yeah, he's been known to do it a timer 12. He's done it. Ray, the deal is that you work for that company again, and you know the deal. And as long as they're going to continue to have this deal with Saudi Arabia, you got to play ball. And I think Punk just understands I got to play ball. If they tell him to take a tweet down, if they tell him to do something, he's going to do it. Like the boss telling you, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He's got to do it. Like he's in a different company, different rules there.
Yeah. As we know, he is facing John tomorrow night for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Is there any chance Punk wins the belt tomorrow night?
My opinion is 0. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think they're saving that belt for Cody at SummerSlam. It'll be a heck of a match. I think, at the end of the day, Cena's just, he's the guy right now. I don't think that pipe bomb in a way helped him a little bit because now the fans are cheering him.
They were cheering him anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like they were already cheering John. And if the company's goal was to make him heel, it didn't work. Sorry.
Yeah, it didn't. Really didn't.
Well, because I think now they're just like, oh, he turned heel for us. Isn't that awesome? Let's love him now. And I'm like, I mean, it's obviously what they wanted. But I don't know. There's talk about could Cody possibly turn? And I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about turns for. Cody is your top face, in my opinion. I mean, Punk's a top face for sure. But I mean, do you put him above? Just be honest, Ray. Do you put him above Cody in terms of being their top face, or what's your view on that?
No, Cody's your top face. Cody's your top face by far, in my opinion. I think he gets more pop. I think he gets more love. I don't see him turning heel anytime soon. Wouldn't make sense. Look how long it took for Cena to finally turn heel.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Punk could turn heel. I don't see why he would, but that would be more acceptable than Cody.
Yeah,
I don't know. Merch. He's got this song. People just love that guy. It just makes no sense. But you're talking WWE, so who knows?
I was going to say, WWE, you never know. Fernando, I agree with you and Ray both that I think Cody turning heel doesn't make a lot of sense either. But weirder things have happened in that freaking company, man. What
exactly did the tweet say, by the way? I mean, I know it was something derogatory, but
remember years ago when he was in AEW and WWE was going to Saudi Arabia and he tweeted the Miz, and it was pretty profane. Can't repeat it here. Yeah. But I think he said the words blood money because it's Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I got
he's had to roll that back. He had to roll it back in a press conference.
Yeah.
He rolled 100%. It back and apologized. And I'm like, look, for any of our friends, if anyone's watching this now or after the fact, and you are in the kingdom of, or if you're in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh, wherever you are in the Middle East, first of all, thanks for checking us out because we've had viewers over there more than once. Mm-hmm. But really, no one's argument here has really ever been with any of the folks over there, right? Right? It's always been with the government, how they treat people. That's all.
Exactly. It's a government thing. It's not a people thing.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah. Fernando says Austin turning heel killed the business for sure. And if he had it to do ever again, I don't think I think isn't Austin on the record as saying he would not have turned.
Yeah, he's the one that admitted he would. If he could go back, he wouldn't have done it.
It was rough. It was a bad move, in my opinion. I think it was a bad move. I think it. Obviously,
He
it did
was
hurt business.
smoking hot face at that point. There was no reason for him to do it,
Yeah.
and it kind of killed him a little bit. He
Well,
said it multiple times.
they had went somewhere. It might have just been a house show, but he got booed, and I think it got into his head. And Austin had wanted to turn heel, wanted to be heel again for years.
Yep.
He just wanted to say he had done it. And I'm like, this is where the boss should step in and say it's a bad idea.
100%.
So, Sandy, catch us up for SmackDown. Catch us up.
So
SmackDown was off the air for 30 minutes. Punk stirring up trouble.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see. Let's talk a little bit. Sandy, I did not watch SmackDown. No, did not check it out. So we know that we've got Cena versus Punk. We've also got Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. We've got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in a singles match. You know, Ray, here's something else. This about Kross. Everything about Kross, like he thanks the fans for getting him on the show, and everybody's like, I don't understand why Karrion's not getting a push. And I'm like, do y'all know what company you're watching? I don't understand why this is such a big surprise, right? Why is this such a surprise? They've done this multiple times over the years, from the Matt Cardona when he was Zack Ryder to any number of other guys and gals who just could not get any sort of anything, despite how good they were. Does any of that surprise you at all?
Not at all. Like, and people think he's hurt. Like, no, he's not hurt. They just don't want to use him. They're forced to use him now, I think, because Dominic is hurt. But the dude gets over, and he can work. So I'm kind of like surprised why he's not working.
Yeah.
Like, you have him coming every week. I'm sure he's probably somewhat happy. He's like, hey, I'm getting paid every week. I'm on TV. I'm not taking bumps. So from that perspective, I guess he's kind of a little, inside like, wow, this isn't that bad of a deal. But then he's like, wait a minute, I can work. I can go. Let me show these guys what I could do, but I'm not getting that opportunity. So, good for him. I like Karrion Kross.
Yeah. I like him too. There's stuff going around that he can't take a flat back.
Oh,
and I'm like, yeah, that's going around now that he can't take a flat back, and that the guys are upset on that he can't take a flat back. I'm like, who's reporting this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if it's good and solid information, that's fine. But like, I don't know. As you know, Ray, one thing gets reported and everybody runs with it, and then suddenly that becomes the gospel, and we're all left going, is that really what happened?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I've never heard that before. So
yeah.
I don't know. He looks good to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Supposedly what Sandy is referencing here is that that the feed went out for SmackDown. The show was then paused in the Kingdom Arena, resuming around 2 p.m. Eastern. There's a power loss in Riyadh being reported that affected WWE's entire production, including the control room and the gorilla position. The issue had nothing to do with Netflix. So that's the latest.
Oh, okay.
So, who knows? Who knows?
Right.
It's one of those things. It happens. Maria, and look, he's been bumping for years. I don't want to discount this or give any credence to it if it's not real, right? Like, he's been bumping for years. So I don't know what all this is coming up. And I've seen clips of him, falling on his side and doing the one-legged thing. And I'm like, but you're taking isolated clips, Ray. I mean, I don't know if that shows a pattern or not,
Yeah. And the last time I actually saw him work, he looked fine to me. I mean, I'm not a professional, so I don't know, but I didn't see him like not do certain moves because he couldn't do them. Like, he looked like the regular Karrion Kross I remember from NXT.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any difference. He's in great shape.
Well, Flair's ability to take flatbacks after the plane crash in the 70s was indeed hampered.
Yeah.
Remember, he'd take that high back body drop. He always landed on his side every time, because he really, the story that I always was told was that it was from the airplane crash.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sandy, pointing out your marathon. Ray, real quick, tell us about how the run went. How'd it go?
Oh, it went great. This is my fastest time I've ever done. It was intense, but it was good. So
good.
Onward and upwards, dude. My ultimate goal is to do the Australian marathon, but that's down the road.
So how long is the marathon and how fast did you go?
This wasn't a marathon, so I don't want to put that out. It was only a 5K, and I did it in It was under 35 minutes. So it was like 3.25 miles.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well
I really
done.
motored this one.
Yeah.
But I've run 2 full 26-mile marathons already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So been there,
I don't
done.
know.
I don't want to do that again. That's dedication. That's work. That's hard.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But Sandy, appreciate you. It's I still run, but I don't think the next full marathon would have to be, like I said, have to be something out of the country, because to do another New York one, and if people will tell you out of the country, that's the toughest race in the world. It's really hard.
Mm.
A lot of bridges, a lot of hills. It's tough. You got to really train. I just don't have the time now. With little all day with me now for the summer, it's too hard.
Yeah.
And to get her on a bike and say, let's ride your bike for 15 miles while I run, she's not going to do it.
Right. Right.
She's not doing it. Especially if she sees the pool in the backyard, and she's going to look at me like, pool, 15-mile bike ride. Let me think.
No, I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make
Dude,
sense.
the running I do is in the gym. I don't, I'd like to get out there. I mean, I do 5 miles 3 days a week, but it's a combination of treadmill and exercise bikes, but like,
Yeah, that's perfect, dude.
yeah,
Some of
it's
these new treadmills are really good. The ones that tell you the pace you're doing it at.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's weird. In my gym, those are always taken. I'm like, dude, I need to be at that one, because it tells you if you run at this pace, you're going to finish at this time. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I love those brand new ones. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Technology's phenomenal thing, my friend.
Oh, it's well, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm the age I am. No one's business. Shut up. But and I love
think
technology.
23 is that old, but
I
get
24.
Oh, you just turned 24. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's right. You look great, man. Hey, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to reveal it, but by the way, we've also got Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE United States Championship. Asuka versus Jade, Queen of the Ring tournament final, and of course, King of the Ring tournament final, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, and that's your card for tomorrow night. What's everybody think about the show? What are you looking forward to the most? Robbie, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Everybody, what are you thinking? What are you looking forward to the most, everybody? JP says they really haven't used Karrion since splitting up with his faction with AOP. Interesting.
Yeah, what happened to AOP? Are they still doing independent stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you hear things and they're still a little stiff, and I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. I can't lay that at their door. Maybe that's completely wrong, but that's what I kept hearing, is that they're still a little stiff. I can't use the word green. I don't think. I think the word green, they've passed that already. But yeah, I don't know.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But
okay, I gotcha.
Sandy says Punk versus Sandy's looking forward to, and he sees Asuka winning. Yeah. So. Yeah, well, again, we don't cover WWE a whole lot here, Ray. As you know, we'll talk about it, but it's not really something we cover extensively full time. But I felt like we really needed to talk about the show here and just kind of kick it off. And folks, if anybody wants to circle back to it, you're always welcome to. If you've got other comments or words of wisdom you want to throw out there, by all means, do so. Let's move on, Ray. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite 300. And there's not a lot booked for this. Of course, this is going to be the 300th episode of Dynamite. We've got Anthony Bowens versus AR Fox versus Brody King versus MJF for the number 2 spot in the men's casino gauntlet match at All In. We've got Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa for the TBS championship, and Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi. And Ray, I'm really looking forward to this show. I think AEW is on a great run right now. And people can hate it if they want to. I guess you guys can hate whatever you'd like. But I think they're really hitting a great stride with the past month or so's programming, and really longer than that. What's your take on the upcoming 300th edition?
I'm all for it. I mean, I want to piggyback. I think the last couple of weeks and months have been really solid. The programming, the booking, the matches have been decent. So, hey, kudos to them. I just want to know with this casino gauntlet thing, does the winner gets a title shot? Can he cash it in whenever he wants, or is it like on a specific date? Is it like the Money in the Bank ladder match type of situation, or is it like someone's got to fill me in on that? Because I'm very, very,
it's
in the fog with that.
So I believe it's the chip, isn't it? The chip. You win the big poker chip, and then you can cash it in whenever you want to.
Okay, so it's like that. Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. And I know the first person who gets the pinfall gets it.
Mhm.
So if 1 versus 2, and then like every 5 minutes another person comes in, and then whoever gets the first pinfall gets the chip.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
gonna
just
be.
don't know if he could cash it in whenever he wants. Is that how it works? So someone who knows, please tell me, because I don't know.
Yeah, it's they can cash it in. I'm pretty sure they can cash it in whenever they want.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about the big chip. I think it's weird.
Yeah,
I
the
think
chip is weird. They should make it
and
into a contract thing.
well, Christian had the briefcase with the title shot, and then of course all that got screwed up. Still don't understand why they gave. Well, I know why they gave it to him. And I don't think I'm hurting anybody by revealing it. I said for a long time that I knew why, and I said I couldn't tell anybody. But Christian, they told him he could have it. That's why he got a title shot. Yeah, I'm just telling you what I know is that they told him. Tony specifically said he'd give him one. Now, why they flubbed it and didn't make the actual cash in, who knows? But yeah, we'd speculated right on the show here before is that Khan wanted, Copeland and Christian to be in his lineage of champions, and then none of that ever happened. So
No, that was weird.
it could still happen, I guess. I don't know.
100%. Is Cope coming back soon? I haven't heard any updates on him.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a major league pitcher. At some point, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to come back. Like back in the day, Undertaker worked that one match every year at Mania, and that's all he worked. But like he took 6 months to get ready for it. Like it was never, I just showed up and worked. No, it took, because, as you get older, things just don't work as properly as they used to.
100%. So it's going to take Cope a while. He's in good shape, but yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
So Timmy said you could cash in any time. Okay. So that's a huge advantage.
It is, for sure. Yeah. I don't, and in terms of this card, because Okada versus Ibushi, on Dynamite, Ibushi worked Trent Beretta. I thought it was a nice little warm-up match for him. And I think Beretta was the right opponent. He's got a lot of history in Japan, in New Japan. If I tell you I was knocked out by that match, I'd be lying, but I also can't say I saw anything that didn't work for me. He's in fantastic shape. I think we'll know against Okada, because I think Okada is the kind of guy that's going to be like, kick me as hard as you want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's Okada, and like Okada's toughness, kids, I don't know if is appreciated as much in the States as it should be. He's a tough son of a gun.
Woo,
and
that's an understatement.
So we'll see. But I got to be honest with you, man. So far, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Me too. Ibushi's a beast. Though people don't really follow him or know him from New Japan, but he's insane.
Danielson has said more than one time that the hardest he's ever been kicked in a ring was Kota Ibushi.
Yeah.
Hardest he's ever been kicked.
Ibushi is no joke.
I agree with you. Fernando Beretta is a very underrated talent. I've always appreciated his work, even back when, and I won't be able to remember his tag partner. Remember his tag partner in WWE?
Oh, Roppongi Vice.
Oh, Roppongi Vice is him and Rocky in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But like back when he was in WWE.
Oh,
it was remember, it was clean. He was clean shaven.
Yes, Trent
and
his
tag team partner Beretta and somebody.
I know you're talking. I see it. I don't remember his name.
I liked him then. He just wasn't getting over.
He's very polished, dude. He really has a nice little repertoire. He's
so good. He's so good. I mean, you can't spend all that time in Japan and not pick things up. I don't think it's possible. And
no,
the Dude Busters. Thank you, Fernando, has saved the day.
Dude, so what was his partner's name?
Yeah,
it was Trent and. All right, Fernando, you gave me the team. What was his partner's name? This pause.
The Dude Busters. Kalen Croft.
Kalen Croft.
Thank you, Google.
Wow.
Google's quite amazing, kids. It's going to take over the world with the AI, but it's quite amazing at the moment. So,
Croft.
I don't know if
like.
Just a regular white dude.
Okay, blonde.
Sure. No, he was dark-haired guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, he was young. I'm looking at a picture right now. Very young. Jeez.
God. Okay.
Crazy. That's a long time ago, man. The Dude Busters.
Dude Busters. Were they successful? I don't even remember that team.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah. Tim says Ray Dean Collision is back to Saturday night next week.
Collision is fantastic.
I
Tim's
enjoyed
got
it.
me into it. Collision is very good.
What'd you think about Kyle versus Kyle this week?
Oh my God, dude, that was a good match.
That crowd chanting what they were doing. Oh my God.
Insane.
That crowd hijacked the match in the best possible way. And it was awesome because they were chanting these two Kyles. And then I heard we Kyle people instead of we hurt people.
Yeah, we Kyle people. We Kyle people. I remember.
Oh my God. They were having so much fun. The crowd was. I love when the crowd's into a show, man. It makes it so much easier to watch on TV. Even if I enjoy the match, I think the crowd just makes it that much better. Honestly.
They were into this. They were into it. And the
Cole
and the Alexander match was fantastic.
Yeah. Look,
what's Josh Alexander with the headphones? Does he have a hearing problem?
Talking about the headgear?
Yeah.
So they pointed out during the commentary, I think that I forget who said it, that he actually had to have one of his ears amputated and then put back on.
Oh, wow. Because
of cauliflower ear. So in my opinion, I think that headgear probably started out as a gimmick, but now he probably keeps it on to, if you look at any of these wrestlers, Ray, who've been around for a while, they've got cauliflower ears. Okada's got them. I mean, it's, Brock's are terrible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just something that happens when you're grappling, all that pressure, you're bursting blood vessels in your ears,
Okay. I've never seen them without the headpiece on. So I thought something was wrong.
I think it still looks goofy, but hey, if you need it, you need it. Or if you'd rather wear it, you'd rather wear it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But Mercedes Moné, the next person level hate at Moné and tell me she shouldn't have all those titles, you really don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. You can have your opinions, Ray. Everybody can have your opinions, but good God, let's get upset at a champion. Let's get upset at somebody. Do you think Mercedes is walking into these companies saying, I demand to have your title? Are you high? Are you guys smoking? What's going on? Like, they're choosing Ray to put their belts on her. And I think Mercedes doing the best work of her entire career, including that other company. So people just need to calm down and breathe.
Yeah. For those who think she don't deserve those titles, you're entitled to be wrong. It's okay. I forgive you. We forgive you. It's okay.
I ain't forgiving them.
I don't forgive you. I just say I understand you're wrong. She's phenomenal. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is she doing wrong besides putting on 5-star matches every night and crushing it on the mic, crushing it in the ring? Like, stop.
And I love Tony. I think Tony's fantastic. But
this
don't put me on.
Phenomenal. Tony, that's little Ray Olday's favorite superstar. Oh my gosh, she loves Timeless Tony Storm. I have to root for her.
Don't put me on the spot and make me tell you who the best woman in the business right now is, because you might not like what you hear. Because Tony's awesome, Mercedes is awesome, but Mercedes is, and you know what? I can't say it hurt anything. However, when Mercedes cut that promo on, I guess it was Collision, she cut the promo, and she says, she pointed out Tony's accent.
Yes.
And then we heard from Tony. I can't speak for everybody else. And I know a promo is just a promo. But for me, just a little bit came off of Tony. Just a little bit. Not enough for me to think that Mercedes hurt her by saying that. But just a little bit came off of Tony for me. Like in that moment. And I'm like, did that happen for fans? Were there any fans out there goes, yeah, Tony does that stupid voice like we cheer for, but like, I don't know. It kind of felt like maybe that's something a face should say about a heel, maybe instead of the other way around. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
It was kind of like dimmed it a little bit. I hear what you're saying.
Fernando wins the cookie for today. Kenny Omega collected belts. Why not Mercedes? Fernando, you know why. Fernando, you can figure this out. You're a smart guy. You know why people are upset. Yeah. Let's all be honest here, Ray. Let's be honest. We know why.
It's
2 reasons.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just be straight.
Exactly.
We're adults here for the most part. I think we don't need to tiptoe around issues. Let's
2 glaring reasons why.
I'm just saying people don't want to agree with that. I say go look at the history of things, and maybe you will come to your senses.
Exactly.
Perhaps, maybe not. maybe you'll still think you're right and we're wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, people were tweeting all over the place when she won the CML belt. Like, another belt for her? I'm like, yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's quit
people
watching.
just nuts.
Just stop watching. If it means that much to you and you guys hate her, stop watching her. I don't know. Like, the news came out this week that Michael Bay was going to direct another Transformers movie. I'm like, I didn't care about anything he did with the franchise before. How he tried to take a big honking sword and jam it in the heart of the franchise multiple times over. But he didn't kill it for me because I still got the animated series. I got the comics. I mean, I'm still happy with the source material I have.
100%.
But what he did, in my opinion, is not Transformers. So
it's not.
Him coming back, I don't care. But like, I definitely don't have to watch it, and I will not watch it.
Agree.
So,
agree.
Folks, we're 30 minutes in. Before we go anywhere, do me a favor. Watch this.
Boink Studios is the home of Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Visit the site today for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Check out the site and bookmark today, boinkstudios.com.
Hey kids, welcome back. Boinkstudios.com, that's the website. Please go check it out. It's updated fairly regularly. And of course, as you guys know, you can find us on the YouTube. If you guys would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Show us some love. There's different ways you can support the programming here, the Main Event, Tom Clark 6M podcast. We've got a new podcast coming out very soon. We're going to be ready to announce it probably within the month. Within the month of July. Time flies, kids. What are you going to do? So everybody just stay tuned for that as well. I'm dropping some links in the chat. So if you guys would, if you are not yet subscribed on the YouTube, please go do so. Nothing's behind a paywall here, kids. Nothing. So if you would go show us some love, I would greatly appreciate it. Fernando says, I love the first three. Brother, you're entitled to your opinion. It's awesome. It's just not for me. I made my decision about Bay and what his direction was going to be a long time ago when he did several things over the years to thumb his nose at hardcore lifelong fans like me. And I'm like, all right, well, I see where this is going. I don't want any part of it. So I chose not to get involved.
I feel you, brother.
I was very happy. Let's talk about people getting upset and thumbing their nose at each other.
I've been waiting for this.
I'm just saying, Ray, I'm not going to say a thing. You just take the lead. Talk about Goldberg versus Gunther. Whatever you got, hit me.
All right. For those who are shocked about this, I don't understand. If you were a WWE fan, I don't understand. This is weird. This is like you're going for your annual physical and you're like, why is the doctor checking my blood pressure? Why are you here? WWE, when in doubt, when you really want to try to change things up, not change things up, when you want to just go to the well, break the glass, and pull out Goldberg. Like, I don't understand. He's been pulled from the emergency self a million times. I don't know what makes this any different. And yeah, I'm just speechless. I have a lot of friends who are diehards. Like, I can't believe he's back. Can't believe he's getting a title shot. Why is he getting a title shot right away? I'm like, aren't you a diehard fan? Like, don't you understand what you're watching? I'm so confused right now. I knew the minute he was on TV, I said, he's going to get a shot. Before he even came to Gunther, before he even broached him with the speech, I was like, that's next. He'll get a shot. He's going to fight him. It's inevitable. I think he's actually going to win this. I'm not going to be shocked. I think he's going to win this because they asked him on one of the podcasts, this is your last match, you're retiring. This was on Raw. And then Michael Cole said, well, what happens if you win? So, well, then we'll have another discussion. WWE fans, don't be surprised. I don't know how long he's going to hold it. Maybe he'll lose it the next day on Raw. Seth may cash in and attack him. Who knows? But I see him at least getting it for that one night. What happens after that? He may lose it that night to Seth as well.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. Beats Gunther some way, somehow. Seth runs in, hits him, takes the briefcase, hits him with that, pins him. Yeah. Or, do it on Monday Night Raw. But that's my
is this just a way to get his son involved? Do you think that maybe his son's already involved behind the scenes and no one knows about it yet?
Is his son signed yet, or is his son in the process of signing?
I mean, how old's Gage? Is he 18?
I think
don't
he's
know how old
18,
he is.
17, 18. He's up there, but he looks like a brick house.
I mean, I maybe I'm wrong, but I look, I agree with you. I think people just need to calm down. And again, every time something happens with WWE, people go, "I'm shocked." How are you shocked, kids? I don't understand how you're shocked. If you say to me, "I'm upset," cool, I get that. If you say it's not what I wanted, cool, I get that too. But to say I'm surprised, what are you like this? They, like you said, they bring their veterans back. They're going to keep bringing guys back. This is what they do. It's who they are. They've done it for years. I mean, it's just what they do. It's part of their gig, man. And like, look, Goldberg may stink the place up, Ray. I don't know. And everybody's kind of predicting it, but like, for anybody that really, really wants to get upset at him, Gunther, Walter, whatever we're calling the guy, was on a podcast this week himself and said, quote, "Like I said before, you can say whatever you want to about Goldberg, but he's one of the most outstanding guys in the history of this business." End quote. So everybody that's upset, please understand that his opponent, when not in character, is putting the guy over. Okay. And in the same interview, Ray, Gunther flat out says that, it's not his style. It's not how he was trained or how he was brought up. But he said, "I'm able to understand that business is done differently elsewhere. There's different styles. And over here, meaning the States, there's the showmanship, the looks of a person are maybe sometimes more important than how technical finesse we are in the ring. And that's like, I don't want to judge that. That's the style, and it's very successful." I love that he was very diplomatic about it.
Mm-hmm.
If he's okay with it, why are we all so upset?
I don't understand it. Like, if he's cool with it, I hope it can last more than 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. JP, I'll get back to you. Fernando says, "Where was all this negative energy when Sting had his farewell?" I can answer that, Fernando. Sting had banger matches on his way out the building. His final run in AEW, he had banger matches, tag and singles. He
Bangers.
did.
Bangers.
And he has not. No disrespect to Goldberg, Ray, but he has not had bangers in a long time. And don't know that he ever had bangers. He had shock and awe moments like the night with Brock Lesnar, but I don't think Goldberg will ever be remembered for his matches. He's going to be remembered for his presence and his character. Like, Sting's not that guy. It's a totally, Fernando, I respect you a lot, but it's a totally different thing. And also, I've never hated on Goldberg. No one can find a proof of me ever doing so. Good luck. Like, I've always been in that guy's corner. I'm okay that he's coming back now. I hope he's okay, Ray. I hope he can do this. I hope no one gets hurt. And I don't mean
100%.
I mean
like
hurting
Bill.
each other.
I like him too. I'm with you, dude. I
always
like Bill. I have nothing against him. I think he's a good guy. He comes
Yeah.
across like a solid dude. Hey, if he could do it, it is what it is. I'm just kind of flabbergasted that people are just shocked that he's. Like, I don't get it.
I'm shocked that you're shocked, everybody.
I'm shocked that you're shocked.
If you've not heard it, Ray, when you get a chance, YouTube the Good Brothers on Goldberg.
Okay.
It is it the Good Brothers? Maybe it's the Bucks. It's one of the two. Put Goldberg over to the moon. And it had nothing to do with wrestling. Had everything to do with who the kind of guy he is.
Okay.
Like, seriously put him over. And I'm like, I love hearing stories that are positive about men and women in the business. But like, people have a lot of positive things to say about this guy, no matter if they like him in the ring or not,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what I've heard about him, heard he's none but first class.
Maria says, "I'm pretty sure Gunther is winning the match. Nothing to worry about." I'm not worried about it at all. My only concern is that he comes out of this unscathed and unhurt. And
Yes.
Gunther's going to give him a good match, Ray. He really is, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Tim says even Cena had an excellent match against Ron Killings on Saturday night's main event. Ron can work.
Yeah.
But Tim, I get what you're saying. And here's the thing about John, everybody. Y'all should know this. He's been around forever. John can work. It's just that what they've always wanted him to do is not what everybody would consider to be working. It's kicky, punchy, doing this moves, and the match is over. But he's always been able to wrestle, Ray. Always.
Look at his old Ohio Valley matches.
Totally agree.
He was wrestling then.
Yep. Yep. It's just not what they want from him. It's not what the other guy wanted. It's not what I guess Hunter wants from him. That crowd over there doesn't expect him to work that way, so he doesn't work that way.
Yeah. They said, let me tell you something, pal.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like if Flair wouldn't have done 20 hardcore matches or 20 ladder matches. So when he did something different, and then he did well, you're like, wow, that's different, but that really worked. Like, I just think this is John's speed. It's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is what it is. Do
Maria
you see
says
Goldberg
Goldberg
winning or
is-
losing?
I don't think he wins.
Okay.
I think Gage is going to get involved somehow, but I could be wrong. Maria says Goldberg is Ultimate Warrior. I disagree with that. I see where you're coming from, but I've never heard the buzz on Goldberg as I have Warrior over the years. I've never heard of Goldberg being like, I'm signing my own check. You do what I say. Here's where I'll be. Here's how you need to book me. And I always heard stuff like that about Warrior. How about Warrior was, and I rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. No disrespect, but you always hear, Ray, about how the ego came into play and stuff. And I don't know. Maybe I'm dead wrong, and Bill Goldberg's a jerk, but he never strikes me as being one.
No, he definitely doesn't. I've read and heard nothing bad about him. I heard he's a solid, good guy. So
we'll see what happens, everybody. Bryan Danielson made an appearance. He answered Max Caster's open challenge after AEW Collision. It's in a dark segment after the taping. Kyle O'Reilly was about to speak to the fans when he was interrupted by Max Caster, who then issued a Best Wrestler Alive open challenge. Danielson came out. They went face to face. Adam Cole super kicks Caster. Danielson locked him in the label lock. And then Danielson put over Kyle O'Reilly. So, this is the second time he appeared at Arena Mexico last Wednesday to help a Blue Panther during the ROH vs. and CMLL Global Wars, which followed AEW Grand Slam Mexico. So I don't know what this means, Ray. If this means he's coming back, I do not, in my heart of hearts, believe we've seen him wrestle his last match. But I could be wrong. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how healed he is with his neck. So I don't want to gauge on that, because I know he was pretty banged up, and he got surgery on his neck, if I believe so, if I'm correct.
No, he rehabbed it. Remember, he said he was going to do all he could to not have to have surgery unless something changed.
All right. So if he's rehabbing it, I mean, I'd say never. And if Daniel wants to work and he can work, who am I to say no, you can't?
That's it.
So, hey, go with God. I mean, if he could go, people love him.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Bryan Danielson. So, hey, Godspeed, brother. If you could go. I just don't know who he would side with. Would he be anti-Mox, or would he actually join that clique now? That's the $1 million question. Would he be like, hey, you guys got one over me. You choked me with a bag. You can't beat him, join him?
No, I don't think him and Mox will be on the same page again. I can't say I'd be shocked, but I'd be surprised if that happened again. Because, that was some pretty heinous stuff, man.
That was crazy.
Pretty heinous stuff. Stuff that you didn't think you'd see on live television.
You don't see stuff like that on live TV.
I mean, we've seen stuff in pro wrestling that some stuff will turn your stomach, kids. Everybody knows that. But, this is why you never say never, man. You never say never, Yeah. Because you never know what could happen. You just, He
looked good when you put him in the ball lock. He looked like he could go. I mean, who knows? I don't know how his neck is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot of question marks with that.
It's true.
But, hey, if he could do it, like I said, go with God, dude. I just don't know the severity of his neck. If he just can make appearances here and there. I just don't want him to turn ultimately into like an Undertaker, where he only could show up every couple of months because he's all banged up. If it gets to that point, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, and he's I'm with you. If he is somebody that it again, like you said, if his family's on board, his doctors are on board, it's not for any of us to say he can't work again, because I know he can work again. In terms of actually getting it done, I'm sure he can. But whether or not he wants to take the risk, it's a risk for anybody stepping in the ring. But with his history,
Yeah.
Tim says, how about Queen versus Sky Blue last night? Great match. I love that match.
Oh,
When Sky Blue hit that, was it a DDT or a neck breaker off the ring apron when Aminata was hanging out of the ring?
oh, was she with the double knee?
No. When she was hanging out of the ring,
Oh,
and
that was
she was on the floor. I think it was a neck breaker. Boy, the margin of error on that move was very small. You know what I mean?
Minuscule.
She landed very close to the ring, and maybe it wasn't as close as it looked like on TV. But like in my head, I'm like, boy, that's some absolute trust to have someone guiding you down to the floor like that. Which Sky Blue's a pro, so I'm sure everything was fine. But yeah, that was crazy.
And that
Really
with
good
your
move.
head move that's a good
Yeah.
move. That's a good finisher.
Right?
I was like, okay. And now they have the little faction now. It's Sky Blue, Julia
Yeah.
Hart, and the Spider Girl,
Yeah, Tekla.
Tekla. Tekla looks like she's unstoppable.
That's how they're painting her.
Yeah, they're painting her to be like the next one. So
Tekla sounds like a Street Fighter character. What Street Fighter character sounds like Tekla? Who am I thinking of?
you're thinking of
I don't
who's
remember
the girl
Street Fighter.
that with the kicks? What's her name? I love Street Fighter 2. Don't get me started with that.
Maria says, what are your thoughts on the Moxley lawsuit? I think it's a lot to do about nothing.
Yes.
The guy was in on it. He was a plant. He was part of the thing. And, said Moxley shoved him down and caused him all this pain and suffering. Look, for all I know, he did. I don't know. But, we'll see how it plays out, everybody. But in my opinion, it looks like much ado about nothing. But I don't know. Maybe it will be. I don't personally... And this idea, why do he wait so long? Well, he's getting a payday. Nobody knows that. Everybody needs to take a breath. No, every time I hear the words, why did he wait so long? It just sounds like, why did she wait so long to report? Come on, I don't care about any of that. Like the stuff that people go through behind the scenes, it's hard to know. It's hard to know why,
But you definitely knew it was coming. It wasn't like a surprise, in my opinion. I think he knew it was part of the whole angle.
Oh no, it was for sure. Supposedly it was part of it. He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But supposedly he didn't expect Mox to shove him down. Supposedly.
Yeah. I was like, what?
But Mox is a pro. Why would Mox put anyone in danger? He's better than that,
Come on. I think it's just a whole lot of nothing. I'm with you, brother.
The floor is open, kids, near the end of the show here. If you guys got any questions, not pro wrestling related or pro wrestling related, you can throw them at us. Robbie, I didn't forget about you. I don't hate on Goldberg either. I think he'll be remembered for the win-loss record. Agreed. It's just hard to pick one match or feud that is memorable with Ric Flair. Remember his feuds with Sting and Dusty. Good point. Yeah. Is there a feud with Goldberg besides the Hogan thing that you could think of?
I mean, he's mostly noted for the whole Bret Hart thing, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What feud with Goldberg? Him and The Rock. That lasted a minute.
Yeah. That's when he first came in.
Yeah. That lasted a minute. That wasn't bad.
Bill, of course, wasn't 58 when that happened, obviously.
Yeah,
but
that was young Goldberg.
Man, he was in such phenomenal shape. Like, wow.
Like he came in WWE, he got even shredder. Like he did insane.
Right.
That was incredible. Yeah.
JP says he is the warrior in the sense that Goldberg ran in the ring and did his moves and left. I suppose.
I hear you.
JP said, "Damn, it's too much of a crowd favorite to join the Death Riders again." I agree with that too.
I would hate to see him join the Death Riders.
Yeah. Fernando says Athena needs to be on Dynamite shows a lot more often, and she better get booked for All In. It's her hometown, for Pete's sake. Watch your language, Fernando. Jeez.
Yeah. Who's Pete?
Pete. I agree with you. I love Athena. I think and I won't use the word botch. I hate the word botch. Everybody needs to know I hate that word. I think they royally screwed the pooch with Athena and Mercedes. Remember how we all thought that was going to be something and it ended up being nothing. Like,
yes,
they completely dropped the ball on that. I'm so distraught over the fact that they dropped the ball. I think they're dropping the ball with the build-up to Mercedes and Tony. I think the match will be phenomenal at All In. But I think the build-up's been crap, in my opinion. But yeah, they're not asking me what I think. For some reason, I'm
shocked.
Fernando also says Goldberg versus Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash and Jericho. Yeah, I guess. But and you're not wrong. But like to Tim's point earlier, I think, or was it Robbie that said it? I think he's right. I don't know if we're going to remember him for his feuds. I think we'll remember for his win-loss streak. We'll remember him for the Bret Hart thing, like you said. We'll remember him for, the Undertaker stuff, which is scary.
Yeah, it's scary. And the streak.
And the streak for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I've always liked Bill. I've never really had anything negative to say about the guy. I mean, when he was in Saudi and worked Taker, and, he just recently revealed, like a month or two back, that when he headbutted the door before he came out, that he knocked himself out.
Oh, really?
Brother, everyone's free to go back in the archives of Tom Clark's Main Event. When that show happened, I said on this very mic, not in this chair, but on this very mic, that he knocked himself out before he got through the door.
Well,
and they never confirmed it. No one even mentioned it. No one mentioned it. But like he recently confirmed, he headbutted the door so hard, he knocked himself loopy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Go back and watch it. When he headbutts the door, it takes a minute. And you're like, is he coming through the door or not? When he came through, brother, he was gone. You could look, he's not there. Lights are on, nobody's home.
Wow. I have to
And I'm
watch
like,
this now. Really?
Oh, dude. And I'm no genius, okay? But something didn't feel right. And I'm enough of a nerd to know when something ain't right. So like, it's
How
something
was he able
wasn't
to
right.
go after that?
Well, the match was doomed from that point. Cause like, if it wasn't live TV and a pay-per-view, he should have been able to sit down and catch his breath. But like, of course you can't do that. You got to go. He just got a little too wound up, I think. Fernando says, Eric Clapton or Jimi Hendrix? I'll always go Jimmy over Eric. I'm sorry.
Jimmy, that's easy.
Tim says, Ray Dean, picture this. Lakers sign Giannis the next 5 years. Cooper flag Victor Wembanyama join the purple and gold alongside Luka. How many titles will we win?
Oh, probably 6 or 7. That's beyond unfair. But how many basketballs are you going to play with? That's like, I don't know how that's going to work. How many balls
that's a good point.
Did they change the rules? Can you play with 3 or 4 at the same time?
Lakers are introducing the new 2-ball system here in the NBA.
We're incorporating a 2-ball system here where you could shoot twice.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters all over again. JP says AEW drops the ball on a lot of things, but Tom has said that AEW is a different kind of cat that doesn't do things in a certain way. Brother, you said that right. They don't stick by,
Yeah.
This jumped into my head out of the blue was that Okada in the same night had heat with Ibushi, Takeshita, and somebody else. I'm like, do y'all have to keep intermingling and dropping stuff? Can we just stick to one guy versus one guy? Like.
Yeah, I noticed that. It went from one feud to another instantly. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, pick a side.
JP's trying
had to decide it.
Yeah, right. JP's trying to get at you. He said none, no titles.
They're winning one this year. What are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
As soon as they get a center, it's over.
Fernando says you're going to review Superman on YouTube. Thank you, Fernando. We will review Superman on the 6M podcast. Fernando is referring to my YouTube exclusive show called Tom Clark Reviews, which is I basically just take the trailer, the hot trailer of the moment, and I talk about it or a situation or whatever, but it's not necessarily a review. It is review, but it's not like, here's a movie I watched. You know what I mean? I saved that for the 6M.
Gotcha.
So, by the way, kids, you can find Tom Clark Reviews on the Boink Studios YouTube channel. I'm just saying, I don't know what everybody's doing, not going there and subscribing.
Guys are nuts.
Wait. Is everybody waiting? God, that took a while. Bam, there it is. There's the link.
I see
everybody. Go click it. Fernando says, well, Fantastic Four cure the box office woes for Marvel. I think it's going to do some good business. I'm really looking forward to that movie.
I think it's going to do very well.
I'm actually repping FF right now.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, man.
That's what's up.
Hard your boy. I'm a fanboy over here, man. That's how I roll.
I feel you, my friend.
We went to Heroes Con last weekend in Charlotte. Me and a buddy.
How was that?
Did. It was awesome.
Oh.
We've been going for years. I've been going since like 92. And I got my buddy involved around 2002, I think. And he's been going every year with us. And we just past 2 years started going 2 out of the 3 days instead of 1. And boy, it's a trek going through there
I
because that
can't
convention
imagine.
hall is big, but it's so worth it. Like,
Okay.
it's such my crowd and my scene, dude. Josh is so late.
Josh, you missed everything. Tom did a head spin, a backflip. You missed it all.
You missed it all, Josh. I did a 450 off my desk here. You missed all of it.
And landed clean. Like, dude.
Clean on my feet and took a bow, baby.
I took a bow. Standing.
Missed
Oh,
it.
God, you missed it, dude. You missed it.
Goldberg showed up. We talked to him for a minute.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
Tell me how
Tell
those
all your
cookies
friends.
that he left you taste. They look like they were freshly made.
Right?
Yeah.
Robbie says, which is better, Smoky Mountain Wrestling or AWA? That's tough because AWA had some legends, but AWA also had some crappy wrestling. Smoky Mountain was Jim Cornette's attempt to recreate the NWA in Mid-Atlantic, and I have mad respect for that and for him for doing it. I don't have mad respect for the way Jim talks about people and, makes things way more personal than he ever should, in my opinion. But it's not my bag. It's how he makes his money, so I can't hate on him too much. But I think Smoky Mountain was a great little moment in time, Ray, honestly.
Yes. 100%.
Tim says, Ray and Tom, what was one match from the WCW days, one match that was underrated to y'all? It was a classic. Ray, you got one?
See, it was a classic, but it wasn't underrated. I mean, when I think WCW and I think the match, it's Sting and Flair.
Mm.
But that was, that was a match that like people, the Magnum TA matches were always fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Sting and Flair, or I can't say Steamboat and Flair because again, that was a match that everybody knew that was going to be fantastic
And not underrated at all. Yeah.
and underrated. So
I think you could pick any of the Lucha matches off that run on Nitro and say any one of those was
the Malenko matches.
Ray and Psychosis, Ray and Juventud,
Yeah.
Guerrero and one of the other guys. Like, yeah. That's a good question, Tim, but it's hard to answer. Fernando says, what are your thoughts on both the Punisher and Hulk in Spider-Man 4? I mean, they fit because they fit in the comics. Don't know how it's going to work out on the big screen. I love that Spider-Man universe. I don't love the extended Spider-Man universe that Sony's been trying to do.
No.
But I love the Spider-Man corner of the MCU quite a bit.
Yes, indeed.
And, we'll definitely review it on the 6M. So let's see. Maria's got a good one. Do you think Spaceballs 2 will be very good? I hope so.
I hope so. The first one's a classic.
Yeah, absolutely classic. That's in the archives of the 6M podcast, everybody. JP, we're going to take it home here in a second, kids. JP says John Cena's coming to Fan Expo here in Denver on July 5th to do autographs.
He was in New York last week to do it. And
nice.
Dude, he faced out. He was really nice.
Did you go?
My friends, no, I didn't go. I regret not going now. But one of my friends went and he said, dude, he took pictures. He was really cordial. Like he didn't go in character. He went like just regular John. I was like, oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he follows a lot of highly suspect accounts on Twitter. A lot.
Okay. Say less.
A lot.
Really?
Dude. Yeah,
wow.
His leanings are not awesome, but a lot of people in that company lean that way too.
Oh, wow.
The management of that company leans that way.
Yes, indeed. Wow. And I thought, okay.
Well, not to say he's not a good guy, but like.
Well, that's kind of hard to be a good guy and,
I agree. And lean that way. I think it's hard. I personally do.
I think it's very hard.
Fernando says, who is in your WCW Mount Rushmore? Who you got, Ray?
Ooh, wow. Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Man, two more. Sting, Flair. Dusty. And who's my fourth? Sting, Flair, Dusty, and Magnum TA. Oh,
now for me, if it's NWA, I would say Dusty and Rick for sure. And I would say Steamboat and Wahoo would be my four if it's NWA. If it's WCW, I would say Sting, Goldberg, Booker T, maybe.
Oh, I didn't think of Booker T.
And I guess Flair would Flair or DDP, I think, JP. I think that's a good call.
At least we all had Sting, so that's fair.
Mm-hmm. JP said WCW had one of the best cruiserweight divisions ever. Cosign.
Agree.
100%. Yeah. Tim says Ray Dean wants to go see Ricochet to get his autograph.
Oh,
Ricochet is doing some great work, and they're putting Gates of Agony with him, who they tried to turn face, and nobody really popped. Like
they're not a face team.
They're not really a face team.
They're not a face team, dude. You can't get these guys as face. Gates of Agony are just meant to be heels.
But it just didn't work. Like
they tried.
Yeah. They were trying to fire at the crowd one night during a match. I'm like, yeah, no one's feeling this. And it wasn't their fault. It's because AEW didn't do enough to get them there, in my opinion.
Like they do with AR Fox.
Yeah, right.
Oh my
Maria
God.
says, well, at least AR Fox is getting TV time now.
Yes, good for him.
Yeah. I like AR Fox on TV. Maria says Run DMC or Public Enemy.
Ooh, man.
Well, without DMC, you don't have Public Enemy.
I was going to say, without one, you don't have the other one. So you have to go DMC.
King of Rock. There is none higher. Sucker MC's calling me Si.
Rule my kingdom. Must use fire.
I'm just saying. Legends. That doc, by the way, Run DMC, is fantastic.
Phenomenal. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we did a 6M on it. Me and Phil did. It's fantastic. Such a good show. Such a good doc. Well, kids, I think that's going to do it for us here today. I got a 16-year-old with his license going to come pick his dad up from the office shortly.
There you go.
And my nerves, I got no nerves still. It's like, you see that? Steady as a rock. Yeah, but I shoot with this hand, right? Get that reference. Congratulations. I'm just saying. Ray, before we go, tell all the kids where they can find you.
You can find me on these social media outlets, on the Facebook, on Instagram. You can always catch me every Wednesday for the tailgate party, part of Peaches and Powerbomb, 4:45. Every Wednesday, we discuss AEW solely. Soon, hopefully, I'm putting time under the bright lights now, hopefully under the Boink Studios at some point, the Rail D experience. Just saying.
Interesting. Ray, don't go nowhere. I'm going to take you off screen, but you hang out a minute. Don't leave.
I got you.
Okay, because I'm going to talk to you for a minute.
All right.
Everybody, please thank Ray for coming on board with us today.
Thank you for having me, brothers. Good seeing you.
Always.
Good seeing you.
Absolutely.
And Toothless Tony, the dancer, she was such a sweetheart.
Hey, man, we pay her good. We pay her
do.
good. We pay her in Kool-Aid and
Chips
Kool-Aid,
Ahoy.
and I got nothing. I was trying to come
Chips
up with
Ahoy,
something
right?
good.
That's what she told me.
I'll go with that. Chips Ahoy and Kool-Aid. She's cheap, but she's very talented. She
Very
can dance
talented.
up a storm. Dance up a storm. I'm going to stop while I'm behind.
Yes.
All right, kids. That was Ray Dean. Ray all day. Thanks much, Ray, as always. Sometimes I can just spit them out, and other times I'm like, I can't. It's like cottonmouth. I got nothing. I had nothing today. It's been a long week. It's been a good week, but it has indeed been a very long week. So it's all good. Kids, we're not going to waste any more of your time or spend any more of your time, I should say. I hope you don't think we wasted it. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I appreciate you very much. You guys are the best of all time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, everybody. And, here's what I'll tell you, folks. I want you guys to have a good weekend. I want you guys to behave yourselves out there, okay? And we hope to see you back here next week. Sorry for not being here last week. I had some family stuff going on. I just could not make the show last week, so my apologies. But we're glad we got caught back up this week. Remember to please subscribe on the YouTube at Boink Studios and also boinkstudios.com. You'll find Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M Podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted Lasso Podcast. On YouTube, you'll also find Tom Clark Reviews, a YouTube exclusive only show. And look, that's what I got for you, kids. I want to say thank you, everybody, again, for hanging out with us. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time, right? And watch you some wrestling this week. I hope you enjoy Night of Champions tomorrow. I hope everything goes well and everybody's happy, healthy, and safe when the show's over. So fingers crossed on that one. That's all I got, kids. Thanks again, as always, for watching, subscribing, following, and sharing. You guys are the absolute best. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time, kids.